Welcome everybody to another video. We're gonna be talking, it's a different format, but we're gonna be talking about something that is a little bit different than what you might be. We're gonna be talking about the Black Knight satellite conspiracy theory, which claims that a spacecraft of extraterrestrial origin is in near polar orbit of the Earth, and that NASA is covering up its existence and origin. This conspiracy theory combines several unrelated stories into one narrative. What the fuck? Okay, I am nowhere near a scientist at NASA, and I'm nowhere near as smart as a scientist at NASA. But I am one thing though. I'm a YouTuber with a dream that makes horror content and now space content and other, just whatever the fuck you want to call it. But I still have a dream, and I am going to try to answer this theory with the safest way possible, in my opinion. So, according to some history by Wikipedia, UFO conspiracist, the Black Knight is an artificial satellite of extraterrestrial origin that has orbited Earth for approximately 13,000 years. The satellite story is most likely a conflation of several disconnected stories about various objects and their interpretations, all of them well documented independently and none using the term Black Knight upon their first publication. According to Senior Education Support Officer Martina Redpath of Mog Planetarium in Northern Ireland, Black Knight is a jumble of completely unrelated stories, reports of unusual science observations, authors promoting fringe ideas, classified spy satellites, and people over-interpreting photos. These ingredients have been chopped up, stirred together, and stewed on the internet to one rambling and inconsistent dollop of myth. I'm gonna just say it right here and right now that I don't believe in ghosts, I don't believe in aliens, and I do not believe this theory. It is well documented that aliens of extraterrestrial kind, of like, there are alien bionisms and alien stuff on other planets, like chemicals and all that. But extraterrestrials are, in my personal opinion, not real. Whoa. Now that's a crazy thing to say these days, because people are so construed on aliens and the unknown. And I don't know, man. The unknown is not very unknown to me. So yeah. So by definition, aliens are something that is not from the place we live at, the place we're at. So how would a satellite be extraterrestrial? And how was a satellite made 13,000 years ago? It's not possible. I'll have you know, it is physically not possible to have made a satellite 13 years ago. And it's just common facts. Just common facts. But to all the conspiracists out there, I'm not throwing any shade or any disrespect, because we believe in a lot of things, right? People believe in religion, people believe in aliens, people believe in all that. But you could have made it a better story 13,000 years ago. Come on, man. The origin of the Black Knight legend is often retrospectively dated back to natural extraterrestrial repeating sources supposedly heard during the 1899 radio experiments of Nikola Tesla, and long-delayed echoes first heard by amateur radio operator Jørgen Hals in Oslo, Norway in 1928. Brian Dunning of the Skeptoid podcast attributes Tesla 1899 radio signals to pulsars, which were not identified until 1968. In 1954, UFO researcher Donald Kehoe told newspapers that the United States Air Force and reported that 2 satellites orbiting Earth had been detected. At that time, no country had the technology to launch a satellite. Skeptics have noted that Kehoe had been promoting a UFO book at the time, and the news stories were likely written tongue-in-cheek and not intended to be taken seriously. The British rocket called the Black Knight rocket was used in conjunction with the Blue Streak missile program between 1958 and 1965 to test re-entry vehicles. A Black Knight satellite launcher project announced in 1964 was considered a priority by the Ministry of Aviation. The program never put anything out into orbit, and it is unrelated to the Black Knight satellite legend. Just saying that alone kind of proves a lot that this is possibly not real. Sorry. So, first off, if you couldn't have made it in 1958, how would you have made it 13,000 years ago? Who knows? No one knows. It's a conspiracy theory, right? That's the love of the game, man. In February 1960, Time reported that the U.S. Navy had detected a dark object thought to be a Soviet spy satellite in orbit. A follow-up article confirmed that the object was the remains of an Air Force Discovery 8 satellite that had gone astray. In 1963, astronaut Gordon Cooper supposedly reported a UFO sighting during his 15th orbit in Mercury 9, as confirmed by tracking stations, but there is no evidence that this happened. Neither NASA's mission transcripts nor Cooper's personal copies show any such report being made during the orbit. In 1973, Scottish author Duncan Lunan analyzed the long-delayed radio echoes received by Halls and others and speculated that they could possibly originate from a 13,000-year-old alien probe located in an orbit around Earth's moon. He suggested that the probe may have originated from a planet located in the solar system of star Epsilon Bootis. Lunan later retracted his conclusions, using that he had made outright errors and that his methods had been unscientific. Well, no shit is unscientific. You say it's a satellite, but it's like an alien probe 13,000 years ago. I feel like that is pretty unscientific. That's an outright error, in my opinion. And my mic capped. That's not good at all. Whoop-dee daisy. My bad, guys. Space debris photographed in 1998 during the STS-88 mission has been widely claimed to be the Black Knight satellite. Space journalist James Oberg considers it probable that the photographs are of a thermal blanket that was confirmed as lost during an EVA by Jerry L. Ross and James H. Newman. I don't know who any of those are. If I am good at editing, I'll throw them up on the screen. Maybe here. Maybe here. Who knows? That's only if I'm good at editing, and I will try my damnedest to edit that. But let's get on to common facts. 1. There was obviously no satellite that was made 13,000 years ago. And obviously, there's no alien probe out in space, because if they're probing, that means booty holes are being took. Number 2, the Black Knight satellite never released from this. I mean, granted, this is from Wikipedia, but has never released has never been shot up into space, has never been flown. Number 3, I'm the one taking the booties.